Hey folks, this is Andy, aka the Fishing Hoosier, and today I'm going to be demonstrating setting up an anchor from betterboat.com. That's a small family-owned business for boat products. Anybody knows me knows that I like to deal my money to families when I can. I like the smaller businesses. I trust them more, and in return for my review, well, I get a free anchor, and there's nothing wrong with that if it's a good one. So far, I'm impressed with what I see. So, this comes with the rope, a Fluke anchor, the chain, and 2 shackles for attaching. Now, normally, the way you would attach these, a lot of people, if you're in an area where you're not worried about getting hung up, you'd just attach it with a shackle right here at the shaft on the anchor, right? And you screw it down, screw on the shackle, and then you'd attach the other end to the rope. I've lost 3 anchors now due to my anchors getting lodged and not being able to get them to come free, and eventually the rope breaks and I'm out an anchor. So this is a good alternative. They have pre-drilled holes here at the base of the anchor for an emergency release setup, right? So we're going to show you how that works. The idea behind this is it's going to give you 2 different methods of lifting your anchor. So you're going to take your shackle. So, okay. Then you have to have a chain. We're going to attach the shackle to this chain through this bottom hole here for the release, right? Now there's only one place on the shackle you can screw it in, so put it in the big end, screw it in the small one. Now we're going to tighten this down. I don't know how well you can see that, but we're going to tighten it down with a pair of vice grips. Not too tight. There's a breaking point with it where it'll just start turning again. So we don't got to get too crazy. Just got to tighten it down enough that, you don't want to get out there, toss your anchor, realize you haven't tightened down the screw. See, I already tightened it a little too much. And it doesn't have to be crazy. That should do right there. Okay, we've done that part. It's attached to the hole here on this base. Next thing we're going to use a zip tie. We're going to attach this chain to the shaft of the anchor up here with the zip tie. And this will be obvious when we demonstrate it. So I'm not going to use a real thick zip tie because when you need these to do their job, you don't want something you can't break. So I'm going to use 2. I'm going to get those tightened down. Like I said, there is a reason for it. And see if I can get the southern through there. Come on now. Every once in a while, things like to argue with me like zip ties. Hey, you don't want cheap zip ties, but you don't want to use too thick either. Tighten that down. That should be enough to hold it to do what we want it to do. All right, those are clipped off. Now, the point of this is, under any normal circumstances, it's going to lift your anchor normally. If this gets lodged and you can't pull your anchor up, it'll break those zip ties off, and the chain will then pull from here. Instead of pulling up like this, it'll pull from the bottom, and will hopefully pull it out and dislodge it. Will it always save your anchor? Maybe not. But there's a few of them that I wish it would have saved. The next thing is to attach the anchor chain to your rope. And again, that's with shackle. They've got the rope they send you is already preset for it. So take the hook it up like so. I got both the rope end and the chain in this shackle. We're going to screw it together, of course. And we'll tighten it down a little bit with vice grips. Now, there's a lot of things you can do if you want to secure this shackle a little better. I'll leave that to your own imagination. You just don't want it, I mean, you need it tight. You don't need to over tighten it. So there, that's attached. And then, you know, the other part is attach the rope to your boat, and you've got your anchor set up and ready to roll. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to get out on the boat, we're going to fish. I'm going to throw this anchor in and see if it holds. Here's the thing about the lake I'm in. I have a hard time getting anchors to catch hold. I've tried the mushroom anchors. I've tried a lot of different anchors. A Fluke anchor, this is my first time. I think this one is what, 4 kilograms, maybe 8 pounds. I'm not good at the conversion. So anyway, I'm hoping that this Fluke anchor, with its edges and everything, will do a better job of digging into the mud and catching hold. Because we do get enough recreational boat traffic out there that I can get pushed around quite a bit. And it feels like I'm constantly fighting with the water to try to keep off the edges, off the riprap and stuff like that. So, like I said, next steps, get out and give us a try. So, here comes part 2, and we'll see how it holds. All right, guys, it is time to field test this anchor system from betterboat.com. Seen the first part there. You guys have seen that where I set it up. Now we're going to field test it, see how it works. I've already had it out a couple of times and actually really like the way it grabs. So let's get over, find a place to throw that anchor, and I'll show you that it holds me up. I'll see you in a moment. Anchor's down. I'll tie it off real quick. Now, I got some waves coming at me here. I'm just going to stick with the lure I had yesterday, the pink and chartreuse. See what we can catch. Let me see, that anchor's holding already good. Well, there you go, folks. Through all those waves with those boats coming by, and this anchor held fine. Did a good job. Normally, I'd have been all over the place with that. There you go, betterboats.com. Anchor system, 8.5 pound. Worked beautiful. I'm happy.